Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Wounds to Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, George, and this is Bern. And today we have Kasey.
Woo! The beautiful Kasey.
Thank you.
Okay, so quick story here. We had no idea about Kasey, and we still don't know anything about Kasey. So this will be
nothing.
interesting today. We have a beautiful little salt and soul shop down the road, and we went down. George and I went down and thought, screw it, let's get out for it was a stunning day. So we went down to have a coffee and a muffin, as you do. And we were sitting outside, and I said to George, I feel like we should have a reading. And she's like, no. Well, I'm all over my readings now. I can pull my cards for myself now. I can get everything on in. Okay, all right, cool. Something just kept niggling at me. And I'm like, I'm just going to go in and see if they've got a spare space. And as I walked in, Kasey was coming out of her room and I went, is this you? And she's like, why? Not if it's bad. And from there, we ended up doing a half an hour read with Kasey, and it was absolutely fabulous. Mind you, it had nothing to do with me and everything to do with George, which was also really lovely. So it's always go with your gut, go with your intuition. But for everybody, Kasey does tarot card reading.
Oracle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
When I first started, it was like you, me, and spirit.
Yep.
So it'd be a three-way conversation. You ask a question, they tell me, I tell you. And then somebody told me I should be doing it, as a job, because it was always just a plaything. And I'm like, okay, cool. And spirit went, we're out. And it's now you use cards, and I'm like, motherfucker. Because it was easy. I didn't have to do anything.
And so they made you work for it then?
Yeah, they made me work for it.
Cool.
And that was the way it was for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then I started getting messages as well as what I'm getting from the cards. And now the cards are sometimes just like a fidget spinner, and I'll just be getting messages.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of works like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
So I will ask questions because I get some weird stuff coming through and you have to try and decipher it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how do I change this into words that won't sound like it's coming through?
Yeah.
And most of the time people go, no, just say it. And I'm like, okay. And I'll just say it and they'll be like, oh, my God, that is so that person. Or that's exactly how they would say it. Or yes, I know, yeah. And it's like, I'm really sorry, but this is how it comes through. So there's not much control there. What comes in comes out.
But most of the messages that you're passing on are for the betterment of the person, are to help them either, let something go or deal with something or get some really good information to move forward in life. So, yeah.
And a lot of the time it's just confirmation. Like they already know what their answers are.
Yeah.
And then I will say all this stuff and they'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, now I know I'm being told. Because how do I know this stuff?
Yeah.
I've never met you
So it's
before.
confirmation on both sides, isn't it? It's nice when you get that, isn't it?
But some weird stuff comes through.
How can I ask how you got into it? How were you always? I hate to say cyclically and talented because we all got it. It's just some people go forth and use it and some people don't.
Some people don't. I've always loved paranormal and scary movies, and I don't scare easy. If there's a ghosty thing and people are like, oh, my God, there's ghosts, I'm like, where? Let's go.
Most people run a mile.
Yeah, which I probably should, but I don't. But my awakening was not fluffy. It was getting hit by a Mack truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally or metaphorically?
Metaphorically.
Okay.
The truck probably would have been easier.
Do you care to share that story? That would be interesting.
Yeah, I was working a job at the time and my sister was living in the area and I'd come home because in those days we could do a split shift. So I'd gone to work in the morning and come home And then my sister's like, come and look at this house with us. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll come. And on the way there, I started to feel a bit sort of sick. And I'm like, no, it's just nerves because I've got to get back home after this and get ready and go back to work. And then we get to this house and it's like, oh, I don't feel great. But they let me go into this house first.
Threw you in.
Yeah.
You were the sacrifice.
I never knew this house existed. And I'd walked into this house like I'd lived there and walked up the stairs and into this bedroom. And even 30 years later, and I still remember it like it was today. And didn't affect me at all, obviously. But I was in this bedroom and I remember standing in the centre of the room and I remember my arms rising. And then I was running. So I don't know what was in this house, but I was running. How I didn't kill myself, I don't know, because it had plastic over the stairs, but just a sheet of plastic. It wasn't dug into the stairs or anything. And I was just wearing slip-on shoes, like a pair of thongs kind of thing. And I had run down the stairs, out that house, up the driveway, almost to the road.
Oh, wow.
And then my mum and
Speedy Gonzales gone. Nope, I'm out.
my mum and sister had come up to me and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, I don't know. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. And I'm shaking and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And then they hug me, but I felt no emotion from the hug. And I'm just standing there. And once everybody had calmed down, because nobody expected this, they just thought, oh, we're just going to go and see this house, because they had felt something in this house when they'd gone to look at it. And nobody warned me. Thanks. So once everything had calmed down, they were like, it was you, but it was not your face. So I had taken something out of that house with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that house affected the whole family.
Holy dooly.
Yeah.
Wow. So in terms of when you say you took something out of the house, you picked it up and the energy went with you, or it was just with you whilst you were in the house?
No, we had taken it out. And we don't know, 100%. But considering how we were all affected and sort of connected to this house.
Yeah.
Without going into too much details, because we don't have police reports or anything,
Yep,
all we can go on is what we
you felt.
experienced.
Yeah.
That women were killed in this house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And every lady that was killed in this house, all their names started with a K.
Oh, wow.
And I'm a K. My sister's a K.
Yeah. Goosies. Oh.
And we could see things happening in that house, and there's mirrors all through this house.
Oh, no.
Like the lounge room, everywhere. And not just little, see your face, but walls of mirrors, because he liked to be able to watch what he could do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, yeah.
So that was your awakening.
Yeah.
Wow. So prior to that, you didn't dabble? You did dabble, or it was just that was your baptism of fire?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. So what did you do with that? Most people would have ran from that and gone, no frickin' way, ain't touching that.
Yeah, and we didn't.
And yet here you are.
Because we went back. We wanted to know, what and why. And
Ooh, curiosity.
Yeah.
You know it killed the cat, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the full saying.
What's the full saying?
I can't remember right now, but that's not the full saying.
Ooh, if anybody knows the full saying, put it down below. I'd like to know what it is. I'm interested now to go and find that out. Yeah. Wow, okay, so you went back another time.
Yeah, and her partner at the time even went back at night and filmed around the house. Oof. And you could see things happening on the film. So, yeah.
That sounds like a similar experience my husband had in Perth, and they went to an old hospital. And they were all, they'd been drinking, but they were older. Mind you, they weren't kids. They were older, and they'd just been drinking and thought, yeah, let's go down and check it out. So they went down. They were able to get in and everything and went upstairs. And Craig said going up those stairs, he felt something horrible. And then I can't remember what happened. I think it was He went, nah, I'm out. And they were all mucking around. So he went outside. And then when he was outside, he had someone throw stones at him. And they were all still inside the house. And he had So he was like, no, never again. Not going there again. I probably got that whole story really, really wrong. And I'm sure he will tell me. But the gist of it was that he was there, he did it. And he was like, yeah, he was freaked out from that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, what happened from there then? That just sort of piqued your curiosity to sort of go, oh, hang on, there's something in this.
And I remember one night, and like, I don't know why we do the things we do, but I don't know, I think it's that crazy bit that goes, let's go and have some more. So I remember as one night, just her and I went for a drive. Because this house was up for rent.
Yeah.
It was just
so this was your sister and you went for a ride, yep.
Yeah. And we went, we was like, we're going to drive past the house. So we were driving, we got to before the house.
Yep.
And then we were after the house.
Oh, no
and
way.
And that middle bit.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
There was nothing.
So did my hair on my legs.
Because it's like beginning of the street, end of the street, nothing in the middle.
And your sister felt this as well?
Yeah. And she was the one driving.
Totally.
Yeah. So that
Time
whole section
warp.
was just blacked out. So obviously we weren't supposed to go back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Either that could have been also protection too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just keeping shutting it out from you to like, you don't want to go there again.
But this
But it's like
affected the whole family.
you're 2Ks and you're going back. It's like, dude, was there not somewhere inside of you an alarm going off? This is not cool. This is not cool. This is not cool. Don't do it.
No.
As Chelsea would say, run.
Yeah.
When you get that music in the video, in the video or the movie, run.
That's right. But no, we were the opposite. We wanted more.
Yeah. But that's always a really good sign too, isn't it, of people who, when we follow our curiosity, it usually leads us somewhere really cool and really interesting and piques further curiosities.
Yeah.
Because, like, look where you are now.
I know.
And, without that type of experience, I guess you sort of got to wonder where you would have ended up.
Yes. Exactly.
Doing an office job or, I don't know, something. Not that
No, like
not
everyone's got to do their
thrown. Yeah, everybody's good. So long as you love it, who cares?
Yeah, and it pays the bills.
Yes.
It gets you what you need.
Yes.
So, we've got to do what we've got to do.
So where to from there? What happened then?
Still doing the original job that I was doing back then. So I do both jobs now. So I didn't get into it right away.
Okay.
But if there was a ghost tour, sign me up. The scarier the better. And I remember going to, because one of my friends was into it too, and she was not, she didn't experience.
Yep.
But she loved to see it through me. So one day we signed up for a ghost tour. We made a weekend of it and stayed in the place where the ghost tour was.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because there was a room available.
Because we could.
Yeah. Because why not experience the whole thing? So it was up Tambourine at Bungunya Manor.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because I would get like little things, since that first awakening, like people would, like friends or whatever would ring me and be like, so something's going on. I'm like, because I remember my friend ringing me. I was on my way home from work when we could sort of talk on the phone in the car. Not that we do, but this is like, 30 years ago. And she was talking about her mother-in-law, and I'm like, there's something wrong in my brain. Like I'm getting like pain, and turns out mother-in-law had a brain tumour.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And I was experiencing it.
Wow.
So little things like that.
So very much along the lines of medical medium, like you could sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we went up to Bungunya Manor, and they would split us into 3 groups, and we'd go do one thing, and then we'd move our way around all these rooms. And in one room, we're just sitting there, and they turn the lights off, and I'm crying. Like hysterically crying, but trying not to because I know it's not mine.
You go,
and my friend's like, what are you seeing? And I'm like, there is a woman in front of me over her husband's dead body and she's hysterical.
Oh.
So I was feeling what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And then we turn the lights on, experience done, off we go.
Wow.
And we just walk away. And then we go into the next room and I said to my friend, like, sit with me and, you can experience it with me.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there and I grabbed her hand and I put it to my heart and I'm like, can you feel that? She's like, oh, my God, it's beating so fast. I'm like, I know. And then I took her hand, I put it on my knee. She's, oh, my God, that's so cold. And I'm like, I know, because there was somebody standing in front of me. And there was this little girl and she's just caressing my face.
Oh.
And then I sort of come to and I'm laughing and I can't control it. And I'm like, what the God? Like, what's going on? And then once everything there had like come back and she said, you're laughing, but it wasn't your voice.
Ooh.
And the little girl is still there and she's like, I'm sorry, he made me do it. And this dark figure stepped forward.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we were finished. Off we went.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's like I experience it, like the full everything, and then I'm done. And we move on. Yeah.
Holy dooly.
To be a vessel like that and then
I know, right?
be able to just close the door and be done with it.
Yeah.
Oh, the dream. The dream.
Because this one's a sieve. It just takes she just takes it all on and doesn't let it go.
Hey, but you know about that. There's no spiritual hygiene here.
Yeah.
Just come on.
Yeah, because I want to go, how's that going? It's not going well.
Don't call me out like that. God.
But yeah, I'll get it in like the weirdest ways.
Yeah.
And I remember doing one Christmas, I was doing up Christmas baubles for people at work. And because it was just a bit of a fundraiser, so I would do them up and have them there so people could see what they could get. And I remember doing one that had my boss's name on it and I started to feel sick. But it was like morning sickness. I'm like, I didn't have morning sickness. How do I know that this feels like morning sickness? So the next day I went into my boss and I'm like, hey, this is none of my business and tell me I'm wrong, but are you and your wife pregnant? And he's like, holy F, Case. We have not told anybody yet.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know why I needed to be told that he's pregnant.
Why?
Wow.
It was none of my business. But
Yeah.
And I'd done like 20 of these baubles and get to his name.
It's a really cool party trick though. Hey?
It is. Yes.
It's really cool, though, that your boss was a male and
Yeah.
yet you were feeling his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
That is
pregnant.
really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then months later, he's talking about he's going on leave where the baby's coming and I can't wait for my son to be born. I'm like, oh, it's a girl. But I'm like, you do you. Out comes a girl.
oh, my God.
So really it's just always been there.
Yeah.
So you still have a day job and then you
Yeah.
dabble.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Do you do any of it from home or only at Salt and Soul?
I do some from home. It's usually like friends of friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
I haven't like advertised or anything like that.
So that's why you're not on the Salt and Soul website.
That's weird, hey? Maybe I don't need to be. I don't know.
It's crazy to me.
She is on the website.
She
Her
is?
name, they don't name her.
Oh.
It's
That's
like,
weird.
who are you? Yeah.
But then maybe it's a me thing because I'm still, I don't know.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
that
I
came
know.
up. She's like, no.
Yeah.
About that. That came up when we were all sitting and you were reading for George.
Yeah.
What's with that? Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, it's all that coming into power. It's like,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
So are you still in fear of what people would say? Or are you more,
I think more in fear of letting people down
yeah.
because we are human. None of us are perfect. Everyone I has spoken to that, has some sort of gift, everyone's the same.
Yeah.
And you have days where you're just hitting everything. And it's like, oh, my God, I'm fucking amazing.
Yep.
And then you have days where you're like, hello, is anyone there?
It's interesting because, this mediumship goes back many, kings and queens had their own medium, consults, I think they were called. And it's interesting, there's a lot of people that are very skeptical about it. Yeah. And I don't know that I was ever skeptical about it. However, I was a person who would go in and not give you anything and just see what you got to see. So I guess that is skepticism in a certain way. Whereas now it's sort of like I get more from you than what you're now it's the other way around. It's like, whoa. Yeah. But in terms of that, I think people are more, they're very much searching at the moment. They're looking for answers. Yeah. And if someone can provide that and provide it in a way that is in service to humanity, not in service to self, I think that's a really valuable tool to be able to use and give to humanity.
But I've also found, for me personally, I found a correlation between not being in my power fully and confident in my power fully and having zero contact. They won't communicate with me because I'm not in my power and I'm not ready to stand in my power. So they're like, well, we don't want to talk to you.
So just to clarify, when you say they won't talk to you, so you're talking about
spirit.
your guides?
Yes.
Or yeah. So in this household where for the last 5 years, I've opened up to it all and then just shared what I've got with the girls and a bit with Dad. Dad's pretty good too. He was always very psychic, but he would attract the darker side and that would scare the bejesus out of him.
Yeah, we're very similar. We've both had like quite frightening experiences where we've sort of gone, maybe that's not for me.
Yeah, but same with Chelsea. It scared the shit out of her as well. So whereas me, it's sort of like, I'm love. Nothing can touch me. You make sure of that. Right. So it's sort of like holding that light and then allowing the others to find what. And just dabble, like that curiosity thing. Just dabble, see where you feel, see what feels right to you and make sure you protect yourself. Energy is very, very important. Yes. It can be siphoned every single day. I am a true believer that you will have people that will absolutely suck the life out of you. Yes. And you can feel them. You know what they feel like because you walk away going, that was a lot. That was a lot. And then you'll have other people where you're in their presence and you just, like you, I feel uplifted after being around you. And that's the sort of people you want to be around because it's a mutual energy exchange. Yeah. I uplift you, you uplift me, and everything is love and light, baby. Whereas, the other, you can feel drained all the time. And, people who are in positions of authority, some, I don't say all, but some can really do that because they're still very egotistical and in their ego and trying to dominate rather than work together.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it can be, because I could have 3 or 4 people a day and my first one will be like amazing. My second one I'm like, whatever. And then the third one will be amazing. But I think it has a lot to do with the people that come into your energy as well. Yeah. It's not just you going, we're just closed for half an hour.
Yeah. You can sit and not give anything, but you can still be open. If your energy is closed down, then it's very difficult to read another person. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong? Yes. But if you're open to it, and that's usually when I get clients and you sit with the client and it's sort of like, okay, let's have a chat. And you can either feel them go, nope. Yeah. Or, okay, let's have a chat. And it's sort of, you know where you're going to go to from there. So I imagine it would be very similar for you. You would feel a person coming in before.
Yeah, like sometimes, I remember having one and I'll put it out there, I got a bad review, right?
Yeah.
And that morning, because I noticed that especially when I first started at Salt, that I'd be like, okay, I'm going in today, and I would start feeling stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And this one particular one, I got up in the morning and I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I don't think I should be there. Like, something's not right. And I don't think I can go through with this. And it was like that the whole morning. And then I got there and I had my first person. And the first thing she said is, I don't think I should be doing this. I don't think I should be here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's you, not me.
Yeah. But we went through with it. And it was a loved one that this person wanted to hear from. And I'm like, saying, you know, all these things are coming through and I'm passing it on and I'm getting yes, yes, yes. And everything is hitting on the nail, 100%. And then the next day I see a review because for whatever reason I got onto the website and this person was like, basically that I didn't hit on anything. I'm not worth the money. Like, this was horrible. And then I had a couple of friends a few days later that had come to me and say, hey, you had a read with this person. You actually got everything right, because we knew both people and you actually got everything right.
So it was just a case of wasn't ready to hear
She shouldn't have been there. And it got me down for such a long time.
Yeah.
Because it was, again, that I'm not good enough. I've let somebody down. And then it was like, actually, you know what? This is a lesson. Because you're always somewhere along the lines, no matter how amazing you are and how many people you help, there's going to be haters.
Always. Always.
And this is how you learn to deal with it.
Yep. And I always call them teachers. They're our teachers on the path. So if you've got someone that's in your face, it's always a mirror for you to go, okay, what do I need to learn from this? And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be actually a really positive to think, go, yep, you're on track. You're doing what you're doing. It's not you, it's them. Because 9 times out of 10, it says more about them than it does about you. Yeah. And that's okay. I'm a true believer. Let everybody do them. But when you do you and stay in your power, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't knock you off your centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always put out, thank you for the lessons of the past.
Yeah.
Because it got me to where I am.
Yeah.
So it was a lesson.
So I'm going to ask a hard question here. So why still the self-doubt for you? Why still that? Is there something there that you've learnt or something that's happened that makes you self-doubt?
I think it's just my own fear, because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
And I know the difference between me just talking and spirit coming through.
Yeah. It's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And they come, even the other day I had a client and I can't even remember what we were talking about, but the message that came through and I'm like, I can't say this. And I'm trying not to laugh and I'm like, it's really funny and it's really inappropriate and I'm really sorry. And she's like, no, just say it. So I did, and she started laughing. She's like, oh my God, that is so him, and that's exactly how he would say it. I'm like, but it's so bad. But it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, I know I can do this.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, oh, can I? Yeah, it's a constant, but everyone's like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how amazing you are.
What I've found is there's usually a pattern, and a subconscious pattern that runs in the back of our heads.
Yeah.
And it can either be past life, it can be this life. But until we sort of, and trust me, because this one was a huge one, sitting here right now for me, massive.
Yeah.
I'm being seen and I'm being heard. Fuck. What could, and my big overarching lesson was, what could I ever say that anybody would ever want to listen to? Because I'm second last of 11 children. So I always felt like, I was so far down the pecking order that whatever I had to say didn't matter anyway. Yeah. And that's not because anybody said that to me. That's just because that was something that I took on, and always saw my siblings as much more better and much more accomplished and much more, mature, obviously, older. Yeah. So for me, it that big, what would you ever have to say? And then to write an award-winning book, that sort of for me was like confirmation. No, you've got something to say at least, even if it is compiling it of someone else's
I was going to say, you
stories.
never even called yourself an author though. You're like, I just compiled this book. I'm a compiler.
Yeah.
See, not owning your own power.
Yeah. No, not back then, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
But what I found is until we actually look at that and unpack it, and that happened to me maybe 2 months ago now, where I really had to unpack the why, that there was this something that was still holding me back. And when I finally unpacked that, it was like 3-4 lifetimes where I had been literally all to do with my neck, either head chopped off, hung, and the other one was I was beaten to death. So,
but it was the choking on your own blood. So everything to do with your throat chakra.
The throat chakra. Yeah. So it was like, huge. Why would I put myself in that position again if that's going to happen? So when I finally, and that didn't come to me, that was something that George came up with one, and a friend of ours we were all sitting out the front, and we just had this little session, and it all came out then. But the feeling, I don't suffer anxiety, but the feeling that came up in me was dread and fear and major anxiety, and I could feel it rising. And I was like, I don't get like this. I'm love and light. I'm all good. But this feeling that rose in me, it was just, even now I'm getting goosebumps because of it. It was just really something I'd never felt before. But, it was 3 lifetimes in one, all those feelings coming up to be felt again, so I could understand why I would not step into my power and be seen and heard in this lifetime. So it was massive. But now that it's gone, it's like, I don't give a flying fuck what anybody says or anybody has to say. This is my truth. Take what resonates. Leave the rest. It's not a big deal. If it's entertaining, great. If it's not, turn it off and go for a walk or do something else,
Yeah.
To me, it's I'm okay with that now. I'm okay with people just having their own say. But I always say, it says more about you than it does about me.
That's right.
I'm out there just having fun, sharing what I've learnt, and meeting amazing people and sharing their stories. So I think that's really important. So I come back to you again. She's like, shit.
No, what were we talking about? Avoidance is strong. But like when I did my my Reiki course, she took us through some stuff, and it was like, dealing with stuff. I'm like, I'm fine. And even afterwards, she said to me, "Oh, you're a tough nut to crack." She goes, "I didn't think I was going to get there," and I'm like, "That's right, because I don't know."
Standard operating procedure, my husband would say, is I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I've actually bought a shirt that says, I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine, and it's a cat that looks like it's put its head.
I need one of those.
Finger. We'll get you one.
Because, I'm very much the same. I'm fine.
Yep. But not to separate men and women, but women tend to do that. They suck it up, move on, and just get on with it at their own expense.
Yes.
And that whole fine thing, it comes back to bite us on the ass so many times.
Yeah. And, I even had a reading myself a few weeks ago, and she was talking about, like, I don't know, but basically I'm going to have a crack at some point. And she's like, oh, I want to be there and see it because you're going to have a major blowout. And I'm like, I'm fine. She goes, yeah, you're one of those, aren't you? Yes, I am. And I'm doing just fine. And then a few days later, I had a moment that lasted pretty much all day.
You had a release.
Yeah.
That's a moment where you've gone, yeah, I'm feeling it. It's there, it's coming. And we release. It's that whole valve to just let some of the steam out, and then we soldier on more. But can I say to you, when you actually do that and let it all go and unpack that backpack and let it all go, the liberation
Yeah.
and the freedom you feel from no longer having to carry it around is incredible. And I don't just say that for myself, but George is always
Holy fuck.
Yeah, if we don't take care, the universe takes care for us, and we get kicked in the ass.
well, you get stopped in one way or another.
There's only so many knee pains and hip pains and migraines that the universe can throw in your way before they go, well, fuck, you're not listening. So here, have something big.
Let me put you in hospital for a week and then
That's
you'll
right.
stop.
No, you better fucking listen to me now.
When we finally set it all down and actually let it go,
Yeah.
it's incredibly liberating and we can move forward so much more. And then the universe does open up. Like you have all these other gifts and possibilities and people come into your life, and it just makes it so much more richer.
That's right. That's why I'm here.
I constantly say I come from a Catholic background, and that I wasn't taught about my own power. I wasn't taught, because I was always giving, constantly giving to someone else and not giving to myself. It's like you're an empty vessel at the start of the day, and you're even more friggin' empty at the end of the day because you've just spent the day giving all your energy away.
Yeah.
But it's just something we're not taught. So, for me, it's like get up and go outside, put your feet on the ground, have your cup of tea in the sun and just charge your body, charge your mind, your body, your soul of a morning, and be in your own energy before you get into someone else's energy. And I know that's hard when you've got kids.
Yeah.
And I've had clients where I've gone, 5 minutes. It takes 5 more minutes for you to get up, to go have 5 minutes outside before you go wake the kids up.
Yeah.
It comes down to, are you worth it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're worth being able to give yourself that time of a morning to just center yourself?
Yeah. We're very much, I don't have time, or I'm so tired.
Very
when
much.
I come home, I just want to do nothing. And
So do you have any rituals or anything you do for yourself?
every morning I go outside and say good morning. So I'm like, good morning, universe. Good morning, spirit.
Yeah.
Good morning, healing energy. Good morning to loved ones.
Yeah.
And I'll be putting it out there and asking for protection as well during my day. And just my gratitude. I do my gratitude every night when I go to bed.
Yeah.
Thank you for the family being safe. Thank you for the day I've had. Thank you for the money I earn each day.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Thank you for stepping out of my comfort zone, allowing things in.
Stepping out of your comfort zone today.
I don't think it's that.
No.
What, if any, self-care and self-love rituals do you do?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
And I will tell everybody that comes in, oh, you need to be looking after yourself, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. I have just started, but I'm still working on it.
Because I found that's another big one when I went through Mum's design, was that I found I actually didn't know what self-love was.
No.
And I thought painting my nails was self-love and getting my eyebrows done was self-love.
Yeah.
I had no idea of what it was, and then no idea how to then implement that into everyday life, because it's not, oh, you take a whole day. It's the small little rituals that you do on a day-to-day basis that makes a difference.
Instead of pushing and pushing and pushing, which is what we do, we
Yes,
push
we do.
all
We
day,
push until
every
we
day.
crack.
We just keep going no matter what. Whereas if we can just take that 5 minutes to go and have a cup of tea and sit in the sun and just feel the breeze on your face, feel the sun on your skin, to just come back and be mindful and just be in the moment rather than pushing forward all the time, we actually find we're a lot more centered for a lot more of the day, just taking those little time out. And that to me is self-care and self-love. Have you noticed she's a real avoider?
Oh, yeah.
I get big time that you're a self-sacrificer. You will do everything in your power for peace, for calm, for everybody to be happy, rather than have any sort of
conflict.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say emotion across the
Yes.
board.
Yeah. I'm not big on emotion. I will fight it every way I can.
So you mentioned before that you have a daughter.
Yeah.
So how does that reflect in, like, you got to get angry? Kids are kids.
No. We are so lucky, and my husband and I are constantly saying we're so lucky. Our kids are amazing.
Yeah. So you had the one or
Two.
Two
Yeah.
girls?
One of each.
Wow.
Yeah. Our kids are amazing. They're very respectful. Sometimes too nice, which, kind of get that from mum and dad.
The pattern.
Yeah.
That's what you're handing down.
Yeah. Which in some ways is good because they're good, kind people.
Yep.
But at the same time, they are, I wouldn't say walked over, but they let things go that we will go, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Why are you letting people do this?
Yep.
But where did they learn it from?
Yeah. That's the cycle. And that's what we've been talking about, in past podcasts as well, is that we perpetuate that. We learn it, we take it on, and then we perpetuate it with our children. So what we're trying to do is break those cycles and learn how we can show up better in the world and not for me, it's also on a humanity level. If you are doing you and you're breaking the cycle within you, then everybody you come in contact with, all the people you meet in your job, that then rubs off onto them as well.
Yes.
So they no longer perpetuate that cycle of self-sacrifice and letting people walk alone. But that's a big one. It's huge.
Yeah.
That is something that I learnt first and foremost, and it probably got me into a shit ton of trouble all my life because yes ma'am, no ma'am, 3 bags full ma'am, all my life, whereas now it's like, no, I don't think I will. No, thank you. So the lesson passes me by now because I've learned it and gone, no, I don't want to learn anything more about that. Does that make sense, or am I starting to talk in riddles?
But we would have learnt it as respect.
Oh, totally. Totally. You respect your elders. You respect what they have to say. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think we've also said before that, children are the biggest tellers of energy. They will pick up on someone. If they don't want to hug someone hello or kiss someone goodbye, then you listen to them because they are big on being able to feel into people. And that doesn't mean that they're a pedophile or they're this or that. It just means, no, I want to keep my energy to myself and I don't want to do that. And that's teaching them to be autonomous.
Yeah.
And I think that's the word. That's a big word for it.
That's a very big word. Because, I remember growing up with watching everybody, hug so-and-so goodbye or whatever, and I'm not like that, so I'm not going to hug somebody just because you told me to.
Yeah.
And we made sure with our kids that we were not going to hug them goodbye or give them a kiss or whatever. No.
Yeah. Well, I also think that your children are a product of you.
Oh, yes.
Because from birth, you're passing on. Why you laugh like that?
I'm sorry. I just think that's so funny because do you know how many people I have met or come in contact with and they're like, wow, like you and your mum are like the same person.
Yeah.
They're like, you laugh the same and you sort of dress the same. You're like, you're like a miniature version of her. And I'm like, well, we're our own people, but when you're in contact with someone as much as we're in contact with each other, you pick up a lot of stuff.
That's right.
You share a lot of things.
But I'm okay.
That's what we tell you.
It's all right. You got that to look forward to.
I know.
At least you know you're going to be okay.
Oh, a little crazy, but fun.
There's nothing wrong with being a little cray-cray.
Yeah, you need a little crazy, otherwise you go crazy.
And I think cray-cray to me is fun.
Yes.
You just be you and people pick up on that. And if they laugh, then great,
Yeah.
That means they're laughing and enjoying life. And that's what it's all about. But I really do believe that from birth, we're passing down our values, our beliefs, everything, our fears, our anxieties, everything. We're perpetuating a cycle that 9 times out of 10 we've either learnt ourselves or we're passing something new that we've learnt in our lifetime down.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing something in a child, like I remember George was very shy.
Yeah.
She got to a stage in her, and she was really outgoing as a toddler and then really went inside. We know now why, but really then withdrew into herself. And it was really difficult because I do remember saying, this is George, and people would be say hello and she'd be hiding behind me. And I'm just like, say hello. and now I'm like, no, it's okay. Now I'm sort of like, you know what, if you don't want to say hello, I'm cool with that. If you feel it, even, they're their own adults now. But now I'm a true believer that, it's okay to be autonomous at a really young age because they're then going to be centered in who they really are and not all of my shit underneath all my crap, all my patterns and programs that I've been taught.
Yeah.
Because most of us don't ever review them.
No.
You know what I mean? We come all of our lives and get to a stage where usually shit hits the fan, and that's when we go, we question everything and we look at everything in our life and review it and to see what's in alignment with this and what's not. And that's usually when we go, holy shit.
Yeah.
There is so much that is not mine. Where did all this come from? And you've been carrying it around all your life, wearing it like a fucking badge.
Yeah.
Whereas when you actually look at it, it's like none of it's yours. You just been...
The amount of shit that came up for me, and I was like, this is Nan's. Like, this isn't even in my mother's. It's my Nan's that she took and then passed on to me, and I've taken and I've gone, oh my God.
That's the fear of heights.
The heights.
Neither of us never had an experience that told us we were afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Mum was shit scared of heights. So I took that on, and then George took it on. Chelsea never took it on. Chelsea was like, nah, fuck that. Let's rock this thing, Whereas George took it on because we've had that, connection all our lives.
Well, it was the heights, the self-sacrifice, the family obligation, the food, the issue that our female line generational issues with food that we've all then taken on.
Yeah.
Like, it was a bunch of shit where I was like, this isn't mine. I have a very large backpack. I do not want this. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I guess
it's hard to release what's not ours.
Oh, yeah. I think the big one that I struggle and still struggle to release is the family obligation. I would give my shirt off my back to my family because, they're my blood. I would do anything for them. And realistically, none of them would actually do that for me. So why would I do that for them?
And just because it's family, you can actually have chosen family.
Yes.
Like you
for
would
a
do
reason.
for your mum, but you might not do for your cousin.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter that they're blood. No thanks.
Yeah, that was a big one to learn, that the blood family I had no real connection to, like the extended family. And then I have this tiny little group of 4 people that I've chosen, and I go, they're my family. I love them. I would do anything for them. Like, but making that distinction of you don't have to do that for family.
Yeah, and you can write family off if they're not good for you. You are allowed to say no thanks. You're not welcome.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how close they are. Self-preservation and looking after you and yours.
That was that whole expectations and obligations. We live by them. We absolutely, they are almost like I call them default settings. They're what we do without even realising we're doing it. We do it unconsciously or subconsciously all day, every day, following all these obligations and expectations. If you could sit down and actually write 2 lists of what you feel obliged to do and what you feel expected to do, your whole life would probably just be there.
Yeah.
It's where's the you're doing it because you want to do it, or you're doing it because it's fun, or you're doing it because it's curious to you, or, you know, there's very little once you do the obligations and expectations. There's little outside of that. And it's a really cool exercise to do because you can actually dump a lot of shit from that, thinking that you're actually doing something where you're self-sacrificing.
Yeah, because we're very much, let's do for everybody else, and when I get time, I will do for me, and then you don't make time to do for me.
Yep.
And then you get up and repeat.
Yep.
And then we wonder why we explode.
Well, we're empty. We're so tired all the time, and we're so just not, you know, loving life. And just on remote.
Yeah.
Just get up, repeat, go, 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 go every day, push forward. She'd be right, push forward, push forward. Like this one, you were learning a couple of months ago that you were like, no, it's okay, we'll just keep going, we'll just do it. And then you learned that, you know, you just got less and less full of enthusiasm. You were tighter and tighter and tighter.
Oh, that's been me for years though. No motivation, no joy for life, always tired. I nap at 1 p.m. every single day because I'm exhausted. Just so mentally exhausted. I'm not doing anything. I don't do physical labor. I have a husband. I don't do physical labor.
That's his
But I'm mentally exhausted all the time. And then going into business and starting up a business, I'm like, yes, we have to have a strict schedule, stick to the schedule and work really hard to get it off the ground. And Mum's like, well, why do you have to work hard? If you're doing something that's in alignment with you, you shouldn't have to work hard. It should be easy. It should fall into line for you.
Another thing that we learn.
Yes.
If you want something, you're going to work really hard, long hours, put shit tons of money into it, do this, who says?
Yeah.
Who says?
Yeah.
If you are following what you love, if you're doing something that is in service to humanity, and if you are actually enjoying it, then why should you have to work so damn hard?
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. Look at what you do. How much do you love what you do?
Oh, I love what I do.
And you're booked out all the time, yeah?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And I notice I'm getting more friends of friends at home as well.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely loving my Reiki at the moment.
Awesome. So you do your Reiki from home?
I do it at Salt as well, at Salt and Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the, like even with that, like some of the stuff that comes through, again, it's like, how could I possibly know this stuff?
Yeah.
But I follow what I'm guided to do, and some of it is weird, but it works. And
So can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
For people who don't know what Reiki is, can you give us a quick explanation of what Reiki is?
the gist of it is almost like pain management and energy clearing. So I will always work on the shoulders because we carry a lot of weight on our shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll be drawn to like wherever aches and pains are, or sometimes you'll have issues, and I'll see like the weirdest things. Even with a lady that I had recently, and she said that she's had a cough for a few months. So I worked on her lungs, and in one lung I could see fluid and a lot of gunk. And I said to her afterwards, have you had like an ultrasound or x-ray or whatever they do? And she's like, yeah, I had a, whatever. And they found fluid in there. Like, how would I know that? But that's what I'm being seen.
I've been getting that all the way along since you sat there, is medical intuitive. I think you would be an incredible medical intuitive. And they actually have, in some hospitals now, have got medical intuitives.
Yeah.
They have Reiki specialist practitioners. Like, if you do your research, we are progressing in a way that is moving towards a lot of the alternative medicine hand in hand with mainstream. But there's a lot more of that happening out there, and you're getting holistic doctors now.
Yes.
And they are working on the whole person, the mind, body, soul person, not just the physical. I did a remote viewing course 2 weekends ago, And remote view, I don't know whether you know about remote viewing, but remote viewing is where we can actually, when we're fully centered in ourselves, we can actually throw our consciousness into wherever we want to go.
Okay.
Around the world, another planet, wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
This shit floats my boat. I love it. Just really is curiosity piques me. And we did it in a course and I loved it. The lady who held it was a fully fledged pediatrician doctor.
Wow.
And she now has gone into the whole, when she was doing that in Russia, she learnt a lot about the body and how the body is energy, and that we store a lot of our ailments come from emotions. We store our emotions and then they become physical. She was incredible. So it was a big confirmation of what I do and what we're working towards for me in terms of, emotions and how we store them, and we don't, put them in our backpack and for another day. But medical intuitive is it's one of those things that is really starting to rise.
Yeah.
And I know people will go, what the hell are they smoking in that
I
podcast room? It's like, research it. Do your research. And, if it's not for you, that's fine. Let it pass you by. But a lot of people are actually going and getting good relief from these alternative
well, I have
medicines.
a lady that will come to me if she can't get into a chiropractor.
Yeah.
And I'm not touching, I'm not manipulating. It's just gentle hands, sometimes hands-on, but no massage, no manipulation. It's all just energy. And sometimes those hands get damn hot, but it's a good thing. I remember there was a mother and daughter that came to see me, and Mum came in first. And as soon as Mum sat down, it was like, oh, you've got nothing left to give, have you? And she's like, no. And I had her on that table, and it's like, I shouldn't say it sounds silly, but it sounds silly. I refilled her soul.
Yep.
Because I pulled it down, I asked for extra help.
Yep.
And because when she walked, she looked really old, like she was worn out, she was done. And then we opened the door to let her out, and the daughter walks up and goes, oh, my God, Mum, you look so different. I was like, just from Reiki. And then the daughter came in. I'm like, oh, you're heading the same way as your mum is. Let's put a cap on that.
Yep.
And, just put a little cap on her cup.
Yep.
Because her cup was getting empty.
Yep.
But and distance Reiki.
Yep.
That's amazing too.
I love that. I love when I can lie in my own bed and not have to go out anywhere and have Reiki done.
Yeah.
Or remotely. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
So good.
And it's not, it's not going to be a huge thing. Like, we can't fix everything. But I used to do a gentleman that I would speak to his wife and be like, so make sure he's in bed, make sure he's comfortable. I'm going to do my thing. And half an hour, go in and check and see how he's doing. Then I would ring the next day. And she would always say, yeah, he's asleep. Can you hear it? He's snoring. And he has so many issues. He didn't sleep very well. And then one day I actually got to speak to him the morning of, and he's like, I got up by myself and walked to the bathroom.
Wow.
When he would always have to hang onto the wall or would have
beautiful.
a walking stick or something.
Yeah.
He told me he got up and walked. And I would say, what did you feel? And he's like, oh, you were doing my feet and I felt this and I felt that. How would he know what I've done?
It's remote.
But he could feel it. And
That's
that was
really
good. That
cool.
helped.
See, I listen to you speak about all of the Reiki specifically, and I go, you're so passionate about it when you speak about it.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
I know. But some of it's I know I had a lady the other week that was in so much pain because of her shoulder, and I had her on the bed, and we're not touching, we're not medical, but I opened her shoulder, peeled it back, pulled the arm out of the socket, got in, pulled out the pain. She's been pain-free since. Mm-hmm. And she was at the point where she couldn't work because she was in so much pain she had to go home.
Wow.
And she's been pain-free since.
That is so cool.
It's there's something out there.
See, these are the stories that I like to talk about because it's just planting a seed and showing people what is out there, what is possible if you actually just explore. You don't have to do, just go and see if it's for you. If it's not for you, great, it's okay.
Yeah.
But there is so much out there that we don't hear in mainstream because it's deemed as woo-woo or, left field or whatever you want to. I mean, I don't put names on anything anymore. It's just like, is it for me? Does it feel energetically aligned or doesn't it? And that's how I pretty much do my whole life.
And it's
Are you aligned or not aligned?
We're not doing anything to harm people.
No.
It's all for the good. And for me, I always ask for only good things to come in.
Yeah.
If you mean harm, you cannot enter our space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't need the negative. There's enough negative already.
Yeah.
And I've had someone ask me a question knowing what I could do, and I gave the answer, and she's like, well, that's the work of the devil.
Yeah, but that's okay because
that's you.
that is a belief and a program that they've learnt, and that's fine, and they're allowed to have that view.
But then she came back to me and asked me another question, and I told her the answer because she wanted to know when her house was going to sell, and I'm like, oh, it'll be gone by Christmas. She's like, how do you know that? And I'm like, because houses always sell at Christmas time. Like, you've already told me what I do is from the devil.
I would have told her that the devil told me.
I know. I should have said that.
Oh,
What did you think?
But yeah, the house was sold at Christmas.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just be having a conversation with somebody and stuff will be coming through, stuff that I had no idea about. Yeah, sometimes it just pops into everyday conversation.
Yeah.
But it's not without putting anybody else's ability to, turn on and turn off. You can turn off. It's not a 24/7 thing.
Yeah. I find for me, I will just be talking to someone and it'll just start to come through me. And and that's when I'll be like, are you open? Would you like to hear what I have to say or what I'm getting, what I'm sensing? And if they're a yeah, then I just let it come. And if it's a no, then that's all good for me as well. It's not a big deal. Although when it's coming. It's like, bleh, bleh, it just comes out. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And usually it is something that is it resonates so much and it usually hits the heart. I have a tendency to make people cry.
Me too. So
and
if I can make you laugh and cry, my job is done.
Yeah. That's me. I know, right? How cool. The opposite ends of the spectrum, but if you're crying first and laughing at the end, hey, how much better is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's letting the soul free.
I deal with a lot of people, and one day I was asked to look after a lady who just cut her toe. It was only a minor thing. I'm going to just walk you through and take you out to your car, because I didn't want that adrenaline and then she's on the ground. And then I'd walked her out to her car and then I'm like, look, I'm really sorry, but I've got your son with me. And I described what he looked like and his mannerisms, and we had this chat and she's crying. And afterwards she said, he died 2 weeks ago in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
Today was the first day I was able to leave the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he was sending a confirmation and good job getting out there. Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah. And he came through and said that he was so proud for her to be his mum.
Yeah.
And it was just the whole weird situation was perfect for her because she got exactly what she needed.
Yeah.
So, sometimes they force their way through, but most of the time they'll sit back and wait for the right moment.
I'm a true believer. This is just me, but I believe this is our natural state, and I believe this is when you find your centre and come home to who you truly are, you just allow it to be just like any of your other five senses. It just becomes another sense and you just use it. And I always use it for good. I've never been evilly inclined or manipulative.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
there is a
That's a family
manipulative trait along the line on the female side, but I dealt with that one. I let that one go. So, but and for me, it's like if we're using it like you did, how beautiful. You've given that person a absolute pearl of information, of wisdom, of hope, and her grief, I would imagine, would have subsided substantially is the word I'm trying to get, after that interaction with you. So, and not balled up and took it all on and, then had it manifest in a physical way. You know what I mean? Because our grief is one of our biggest things that hold us back in life.
Yeah.
And fear.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. I love that story. Thank you for sharing that. That is a really beautiful story. So I think we've come to the end of our chat. Thank you so much for your wisdom and your energy, Kasey. It's you really are a beautiful person, and we will crack that nut. We're hoping to have you back, but in a more casual sense. But thank you for today, and we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It was entertaining.
Thank you for joining us on the couch today. We see you, we hear you, and we love you. Until next time, beautiful people.